Some of you are going to be loading up MLB The Show 22 for the first time this year, and you're eventually, if you're playing Diamond Dynasty, you're going to be getting to this Conquest map right here. It is the entire United States. It has every team, including your own, on the map, and the point is to pretty much take over all the spaces and all the strongholds in order to achieve victory. And to get victory, you're going to get a lot of things. You're going to get show packs, you're going to get this Curtis Granderson card, you're going to get prospect choice packs, which they have some really, really good gold cards in there. You're going to get an 84 Jared Weaver. You're going to also get a Kerry Wood. This was one of my favorite relievers in the game last year. You're going to get Didi Gregorius. And then finally, once you complete it, you're going to get an 88 overall Mike Piazza. Along with, you get a 10 bundle every time you complete it. So 10 showbacks, 3,500 stubs as well. I wouldn't use this mode to farm packs like we could last year because there's a lot better ways to get packs and stubs and XP this year. But going through this, getting all the cards one time, and then if you go through it twice, you can get the prospect packs, and you can actually get an Adley Rutschman card, which is a very, very good card. So this is the Adley Rutschman card that you can get. I know my noggin is covering up a little bit, but great contact, good power, switch hitter, which is huge. His swing is very, very good. And he's also a very good defensive catcher as well. So all you have to do is you just have to play through this twice. Playing through it twice will get you 24 prospect cards because you get 12 each time. And then all you have to do is just buy one more. And they're pretty cheap. Like right now, they're right around 3K stubs. So you can just buy one more, get your 25th, and you'll get this Adley Rutschman card. You'll also get the 5 show packs as well, just for getting 15. So you just have to do it twice and get all these rewards, which is really good, especially if you're no money spent. But you're going to be looking at this map and thinking like, okay, what's the best way for me to attack this map? So today I'm going to be giving you what I would think is the best way to do it. Will take the less time. You are going to have a little bit of more difficult games just up front. But then past that, you're going to be getting a lot of veteran games, rookie games, like whatever you choose. You can do it on All-Star if you want, but you're going to have a lot of lower difficulty games. That way you don't have to go in and play the same stronghold more than once. So every year when I do this, I start it the same way. You always start here. You will never start anywhere else on this map. It will always be here. You go over 1, go over 2. They're going to move their fans down. So we need to go up because we want as many of these fans as we possibly can get. So we're going to go up. They move down. Now, if you were to attack this hexagon right here with your fans, they will actually attack with their fans and you will lose fans. We don't want that. So we're going to go over 1. Now we're going to go down. Won it. That's good. And here, once you get to this point, you have to attack the stronghold and play a game on All-Star. Now, if you are, I don't know if I can beat Colorado on All-Star, that's fine. I will show you just an alternate route just to get a little extra reinforcements after I show this method. So we're going to go down. We are going to attack on All-Star. Once you beat them on All-Star, you are just going to move straight out west. Just go beeline it straight out west. So you'll end up, something that looks like this. I'm not going to go in and play all these games to show because this is not a short process. This takes quite a while. Depending on how fast you go, depending on how good your games go, depending on how the simming goes, it can take as little as 6 hours. It can take as long as 10 plus hours to finish this up.
One eternity later.
So we've gotten to this point. We already beat the Rockies and now we've moved out. We're not going to steal any fans. In past games, you could steal fans if you wanted to. And you also had to steal fans for some of the objectives. They removed all of them. You can steal fans if you just want the extra fans to reinforce here at the beginning. But we're not too worried about that. So I'm just going to skip to reinforce. I'm throwing them all out west again. We're going to go to attack. And now we are going to close up this as much as we can. Skip to reinforce again. They've put 2 fans here. They're going to try to close this off so I can't reinforce anymore. So I'm just going to put 1 more here, and then the rest are going right there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to attack. They're going to attack us here, which they got it. That's okay, because we still have our main line here. Your hexagons always have to be touching in order to reinforce. If they were to cut this off, I wouldn't be able to reinforce here. So we always have to have at least 1 touching. And if we beat the Rockies, we wouldn't have to worry about this. So we're just going to keep moving up. Perfect. Skip to reinforce. Again, they're going to try to cut. They're going to try to cut me off here, so I'm just going to put 1 here. And now that I've closed off this entire north part, I'm actually going to come back over and close this off as well. So we're going to throw all of our fans here. Attack. Perfect. Now we're moving up, and we're closing the Twins off the north. Beautiful. Forcing. They're not going to take any, which is good. And now comes in what happens with strongholds and CPU. So the computer will attack you if they have more fans on the outside. I don't know the exact algorithm, but they will attack quite often if they have more fans right outside of your stronghold. So I only have 1, they have 2. Good chance they're going to attack eventually. So to avoid having to do this, because it's going to be a Hall of Fame game, and it makes it this hole last longer because you might have to retake it. It's just a bummer. What I always do is I always keep 1 more than the most outside of the stronghold. If you have an equal amount, they may still attack you. It doesn't happen all the time, but they may still. I have never had it where I have more fans than them in my stronghold than they have outside, and they attack me. I've never had it happen. I don't even think it can happen. If it can, it is under 0.1% probably, maybe even less. It doesn't happen. So I always keep in all my strongholds while I'm going through this, I always keep at least 1 extra fan in the stronghold. Now that's done. I'm going to continue closing all of this off. So we're moving down now, because what I want to do during this is I want to have all of this space filled. But at the end of each term, you kind of just have to look, what do we have? All right, they might attack here and close this off. So I'm gonna put 1 more there and take this spot. And I'm gonna start just continuing to push through here. Still going. Just taking all of the spaces, all of them that I can. That's good. Skip to a reinforce again. Take a look. Think we're good. We're still good here, so that's good. Now I'm gonna start just filling this in real fast. So fill it in. Take all of these spaces that we have. And this is actually pretty similar to what you would do if you wanted a veteran game for Colorado. Reinforcing again. How many spaces do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9 there. Rest up here. Still good on our strongholds. Skip into attack. Just continue to fill it in. Arizona's doing the same thing. That's fine. They can do that. We're going to use all of these up. So now we're just going to attack here. Beautiful. All right. Use the rest of our fans up here. Perfect. We only have 5 spaces left, which is great. All right, they put 3 here, so I'm just going to put an extra 1 in. Get that to 4. We have 1 above what the most are. We need 5 here, so we're going to put 6 there so we can fill this in. And now begins the domination of the strongholds. So we have a good chunk here. These will always get the same amount of reinforcements depending on how many hexagons that we have. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to look at the map and be like, okay, who's the biggest threat here? West Coast is pretty, they're pretty even right now. They'll probably fight each other for a little bit. The Twins are on our doorstep, we're going to get rid of them as quickly as possible, but I also need to keep in mind that I need to get as many hexagons as I can as well. So there's not a lot of fans up here. So this would be an easy just area to take over. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to load all the rest of my fans in here, and we're going to come in and we're going to try to take Seattle out. That way we can at least have a little section to get some more hexagons, to get some more reinforcements. So we're going to attack. We're going to come in here and take the rest of these up so we can get those extra ones. And then what I would do is I would just move in and just take a couple of positions around Seattle. And this is where you have a choice on, okay, I'll play this game on All-Star. That's fine. You can do that, but you also don't have to. So what you can do is we're done with our, we're geared up. We're ready for Seattle, where you're going to skip to our reinforce, and we're going to just load it up. I usually go for about double. Double usually gets you a veteran game. So I always go for double. And then I'm going to just place the rest of them here because I'm going to start moving towards Minnesota. So if we go to attack phase, we now have a veteran game. So what you would do is you would play Seattle on veteran, beat them, and then use all of these up, all of these fans that you have. Use them all up and taking any spaces that you can leading up to another stronghold. One thing you don't want to do is you do not want to get into a situation where you're just doing straight lines, because if they chop your line in the next attack phase, they will sever your line to reinforce. So you will have to take it back and waste a lot. So what I usually do, if we were to beat Seattle here, I would just take as much as I could, all of it. Take it all around it. That way we have more hexagons and less chance of them trying to come in and potentially take it back. So after I beat them on veteran, this is what I would do. I would take it and just beat all of their zones leading up to the next stronghold. Next stronghold we're going to go after is San Francisco. So I would get up near San Francisco, leave a couple of fans there. We're going to need 16 reinforcements here. Get ourselves another veteran game. Then I would come over here and start working my way east towards the Twins, because they're the one that's given us the most fits here right next to our stronghold. So I would get up as close as I can to them. Their fans are going to fight back, which is fine. All right, there we go. So now we're butted up against them as well. They have 11 there. So now we're going to skip, and we had already, let's just say we already had taken Seattle. Next one is San Fran. So we're going to get San Fran up to about double. Then I'm going to start getting ready and gearing up for the Twins. We're going to move the ones extra that we have over. And then we would do our attack on San Fran. It's a veteran game. We didn't quite get enough for the Twins. So you can choose to play this on All-Star, or you could just sit and wait, or you can take a couple extra hexagons. I don't want to waste any of these, so I'm just going to sit and wait. And if we were to beat San Fran, then we would just go through and just continue to take as much space as we possibly can. This is what happens if you don't take the strongholds. They'll actually take spaces back. Sometimes they only take one, sometimes they take two. Sometimes they'll actually just build an entire army again around, so you definitely want to get rid of the strongholds. But our next one that we're going to be going after is Oakland A's, so we would come down, take as much space as we could around them, just to get as many hexagons as we can. If you have enough fans after, defeating San Fran, you can come down and you can just go straight for their stronghold again if you want to play another veteran game or All-Star. This is a good amount that we've taken, though. I definitely want another All-Star game, so we're just going to skip again. Reinforce. Again, we need 20 here to get a veteran game. We need 20 up here, veteran game. Then the rest we can put somewhere else if we want. There, sure. Now we skip to attack phase, and now we have 2 games. We're going to be going after Oakland as veteran. We're going to be going after the Twins on veteran. And this is what you would do for the entire map. Again, this wouldn't be here. Colorado would be gone already. They would be gone already. And I was going to show you another method of if you didn't want to go after Colorado at first. It's pretty much this. You would just kind of steer clear of Colorado and just fill in the board as much as you could. And then your first one that you would attack is you would just load up one of these tiles and just come down and beat Colorado on veteran, and then take the rest. That's the other. I was going to show you a separate, like this is what you would do, but it would almost be exactly this that you see here, but you would just get as many fans as you could to come down and spank Colorado on veteran. But this is what you would do for the entire map. You would take strongholds so that they can't reinforce, but I always do west first. West is the easiest to take, and it has the most empty space, which is good at first. You want all of this empty space so that you can just do the simulating and get as many reinforcements as you can. So I would come through and completely dominate the entire West. I would take all of these strongholds and take every single one of these hexagons leading up to where I am currently. So all of this space that isn't mine, I would take control of all of this. Then from there, it's just, you are swiping across the board. At this point, you're going to be having, 50, 60 reinforcements. I would just start here and just start one row at a time, going through and just dominating the entire board. And when you get to a stronghold that you don't have, beat them. And then just continue, just do a full sweep all across. Because by the time you get here, it doesn't matter how many reinforcements they have. It doesn't. They could have a tile with 15. It does not matter, because the simulating is so fast. The simulating is so much faster than last year if you're on newer hardware. On older hardware, I know that it still takes a while, so you might just want to beeline it to strongholds, because the less simulating you have to do, the better it is, the faster it is on older consoles. But newer consoles, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't. Just absolutely run through the entire map, take the entire West, and then from your middle point, just take the entire East, going line by line and fighting strongholds, and just go through. You're done. That's Conquest. That is the general strategy for Conquest. I tested out just doing all of the simulating up front, and I don't think that's the wave, just because the strongholds will still take back areas around you, and that's just more simulating that you have to do, unneeded simulating that you have to do. This is a tried and true method. It's a method that I've used before in the past. I kind of got out of it on Conquest just because the simulating just took way too long. I mean, it used to be like an hour and a half, 2 hours of just watching a simulating screen. It was, I'm so glad they made this change. This makes me so happy. But this is the overall strategy for Conquest. It works like a charm. You get done pretty much as quickly as possible, and you'll be on your way to potentially getting an Adley Rushman card and all of these rewards as well. And the 10 show packs at the end of it too. And the hidden packs. Like I said, there's some Ballin' as a Habit packs. There's some hidden 5 bundles that you can get out of here. I do think that it is less hidden packs than it was last year. You will get jerseys of each team for every stronghold you beat. So you'll have that to look forward as well if you're interested about jerseys. But yeah, that is the overall strategy for Conquest. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments. I'll try to answer any questions that you have. I've been doing Conquest for a long time. I have done this map legitimately way too many times. Probably more times than anybody should do it. And I'm pretty knowledgeable on the Conquest map. So if you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments. If you have a different way that you think works better, I mean, I'm open ears to hear. So again, just let me know down in the comments. If you got this far though and you enjoyed this video and it helped you out, make sure to leave a like on the video. Helps the channel out, helps the algorithm on YouTube, and I would greatly appreciate it. But I hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Stay tuned for more MLB The Show 22 content. I will catch you on the next one.